It was the 90s, and this decade began with an incredible force. Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock were the protagonists not of a simple fight, but of the War of the Year. Two battles were lived on the ring. A fight where the confirmation of who was the #1 contender of the discipline was sought. Don't move from your place. Even the incredible Mike Tyson was put to the limit at some point. Do you want to know who could take the indomitable to the limit? Then stay tuned to this video. The year was 1991, and a heavyweight knockout fight was already beginning to be rumored. Mike Tyson versus Donovan Ruddock was the main event of the night of March 18th in the Las Vegas casino ring. Tyson entered the fight as the #1 heavyweight contender for the World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association, and International Boxing Federation. Ruddock entered the fight as the #2 heavyweight contender for the same organizations under the critical eye of Richard Stelly, the third man. Inside the ring, both fighters were considered two of the best heavyweights of the era, and the showdown generated a great deal of buzz in the boxing world. From the beginning, Tyson showed his superiority with his aggressiveness and power in his punches, managing to connect a series of shocking blows that put Ruddock in trouble. However, Ruddock also showed courage and endurance, managing to connect some effective punches that staggered Tyson on several occasions. The first battle of this war began. First round, Tyson opened the fight with an aggressive offensive that pushed Ruddock to be submitted against a neutral corner and made him dance on him in a couple of occasions. It was clear that the giant did not expect the power of Mike. As soon as the second round began and Tyson's hard punches began to show effect on Ruddock, who had bet on the hooks to reduce the possibility of Mike's attack, he fell for the first time a few seconds after the beginning of the conflict due to a powerful left hook, and when he recovered, he resorted to the only thing that had saved him until then, the hooks. Third round, in proportions, Ruddock overpowers Tyson, but the youngest heavyweight champion in history had already beaten a couple of giants of the ring in the past. He knew that his victory was not with attacks to the body or attacks that Ruddock managed to neutralize, and very little sought to counterattack. When he decided to exchange a couple of blows with less than 10 seconds to the close of the round, a new killer left hook took him to the canvas. Second time around, in the fourth round, Ruddock didn't know how to get inside Tyson and tried to keep distance from him. When Mike got too close, he forced the underhook to reduce the danger of a third knockdown by backing up until he hit the ropes multiple times. It looked like Ruddock wanted to buy some time in the ring. Fifth jump, and Tyson's left straight right punches were impacting Ruddock's bulky but weak body, forcing hooks. These agonizing attacks went unanswered. The giant was totally unarmed. Then in the sixth round, the attacks to the body stopped and Tyson had a new target. He was going for the head. Tired of giving away action to an opponent who was not his height despite being taller, he was creating the perfect environment to give the last blow, completely dominating the pace of the fight and his opponent. Tyson's punch terrifying everyone and patiently waiting around the corner. Seventh round, Ruddock opened the seventh round betting on the underhook while Tyson was taking his time to attack. Past the first half of the episode, Tyson's punches cornered Ruddock against the ropes. There, a fearsome flurry of lethal punches made the Canadian giant's head dance from side to side, and his body kept crashing him against the ropes with his gloves down. Steely decided to give Ruddock a chance to live another day, immediately stopped the fight upon noticing his inability to defend himself, and named Tyson the winner on the technical. At 2 minutes and 22 seconds, the Canadian was down. A little more than 3 months later, the Canadian giant had the opportunity to clean up his image and fight to regain his pride in a rematch on June 28th in the Las Vegas casino ring. The place where he started, everything was lived in a fight that continues to get on the nerves of the fans of the discipline. Once again, it was an eliminator fight where Tyson entered as the #1 heavyweight contender of the prestigious organizations, and Ruddock followed him closely at #2. Although only of the World Boxing Council, it was about to be defined once and for all who was the true giant of the ring. The first round, Tyson started the bout with the aggressiveness that characterized him. You could tell that Ruddock had been preparing specifically for an opponent like Tyson, who was noticed with better posture and more confidence. The devastating blows made us wait. The second round did not take long for Tyson to impose himself, the Canadian giant creating a deja vu of his past experience. Mike's hard attacks had an effect on Ruddock, sending him to the canvas to reflect. Had it been a good idea to go for a rematch? That surely was the question that kept repeating in his mind as he got up to continue with the contest. Fourth round, Ruddock was making a great effort not to let Tyson break him despite not following the rhythm of the fight. His guard was better consolidated than during their first encounter, but it only took a carelessness for a terrifying blow from Tyson to leave him on the canvas for the second time. It seemed that the outcome would not be very different from their first fight, but you could tell that Ruddock was really fighting to change it. In the 8th round, the resistance and skills of Ruddock that had made him overcome the mark of the 7th round when the spirits rose, these took center stage after the close of an episode where Tyson was dominating. Decided to play dirty after the sound of the closing of the round. Ruddock decided to continue attacking Tyson and had no choice but to deduct a point on the judges' card. 9th and 10th round, it ain't over till it's over. This was the collective thought as the judges' decision threatened to be decisive in defining the winner of the fight during the 9th and 10th rounds. In the heat of the moment, Tyson was the protagonist of a couple of low blows that led to the deduction of a point in each. With this new scenario, the decision of the judges could be affected. Everyone in the enclosure remained with the sigh in the throat. 12th round, both Tyson and Ruddock came out to give their all during the last round. Max knew that the judge's decision was inevitable, but he was not going to let his guard down. The Canadian giant was struggling internally to stay on his feet as his body absorbed the most vicious attacks that are from Tyson. The fight was very intense and exciting, with both boxers exchanging powerful punches and showing their determination to get the win. In the 7th round, Tyson managed to connect with a series of devastating punches that left Ruddock in bad shape, prompting the referee to stop the fight and award the victory to Tyson by technical knockout. Despite the controversy surrounding the referee's decision, the fight between Tyson and Ruddock became one of the most remembered in boxing history for the intensity and emotion it generated in the fans. Both boxers proved their worth and determination in the ring, making it clear why they were considered two of the best heavyweights of their era. With the sound of the closing of the contest, finally good sigh of tranquility, decision of the judges when the presenter took the center of the ring. There was nothing more to do. Both fighters had exhausted their ammunition and executed attacks that kept them with the alive of having been enough for the victory. When the scores began to be read, Ruddock swallowed bitterly. Once again, Mike Tyson was declared the winner by unanimous decision.